We are here at Celtic Park where Alina Saduka's side could clinch their first ever SWPL title with a win over Hibs. Although it could be a photo finish again on the final day, Rangers and Celtic are joint top on points, although Celtic do have that goal difference advantage of 16. While Celtic are kicking off here, Rangers will be kicking off against Partick Thistle at Broadwood, though I'm sure they will have one eye on what's happening here. Alison, could you have imagined this going down to the final day again?
Yeah, I think it's been fairly close. I think Celtic would have bitten your hand off for it to go down the final day. At one point, there was a period in the season when it looked very comfortable for Rangers. It looked as though it was going to be a procession towards the women's title. So I think Celtic will be delighted that it's firmly in their own hands and they know themselves. All they have to do, sounds very simple on paper, but all they have to do is get the win by any means necessary, and effectively they've won the league.
And if it doesn't go Rangers' way, how do you think it will make Joe Potter and Rangers feel just after the season that they've had?
Yeah, I think they still have the Scottish Cup final to look forward to. They'll not be able to afford to indulge any kind of hangover. They've already banked the Sky Sports Cup. However, I think for huge chunks of this season they were on course for a domestic treble. I think the title's obviously the big one. It'll be cushioned by the fact that they do have Champions League access through the non-champions pathway if they don't, of course, get over the line tomorrow. But I think it'll feel for Rangers that it's one that got away.
And how do you think it will have, what impact do you think it will have on Celtic, not just the club here, but on the league as well, if they do win that first ever title?
Yeah, I think in some ways it's probably hugely significant, the fact that they get the first one done. I think Rangers done it a couple of seasons ago. Glasgow City, we know, have been the real dominant force in Scottish football for so long, and I think it's quite telling that there's a bit of a chasm between Celtic and Rangers and City this term. I wonder if that's going to be the pattern that we see now over the next couple of seasons. But I think for Celtic, it's a statement league title. I think it's hugely important for them as a club. I think they have the lowest budget out of the top three, so I think that they'll feel hugely satisfied if they go over the line and deliver it. And of course then you have access to Champions League funds. It's not hugely significant. I think when you compare it to the men's league, the remuneration is poor, it's paltry. It's also very difficult for clubs to make it into the group stages of the Champions League. They have to go through a mini tournament. It's a fairly convoluted process. However, getting there, the exposure to that top level game and the funds, however small it is the way that the game is going to grow.
Well, it all kicks off here at 2:10 on Sunday, and you can keep up to date with all the action across PLZ Soccer's social media channels.